Alright, so hello everybody, this is Jay back with another episode of Jay's Garage, and today we are working on the Hyundai Sonata, the 2009 Hyundai Sonata. And so Kiri told me that he wanted the brake pads done. They're low on the rear, and so today we are going to be replacing the rear brake pads on this 2009 Hyundai Sonata. Okay, so tools that you will need is a light, a jack, a scissor jack, some brake clean, a brake caliper spreading tool, flat blade screwdriver. I used a 1/2 inch with a 14 millimeter. It's going to be a 14 millimeter socket with 1/2 inch drive, a torque wrench that is 1/2 inch, and then brake pads. And this is the most controversial part of this. So this is a 2009 Hyundai Sonata, and we ordered regular brake pads from CarQuest, and they ended up being not the proper size. The ears, they were a little taller up at the top here, and then the ears were a little smaller. So make sure, this car ended up actually using a brake system that is from 2007. So it's an early model 2009 Hyundai Genesis, which was made in 2 of 24 of 2008. And so that makes it early style brake pads. So here is a part number from CarQuest right there, and this is the brake pads. So there are 2 styles of brake pads for this car. So make sure yours are the right ones, and it comes with this hardware as well. The other hardware will be a lot taller, and like I said, the brake pads will have smaller ears. Okay, so let's get on into this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make sure your car is on a level surface, in park, and then put a wheel chock behind the wheel so it doesn't roll backward. In my case, it won't roll forward because it's started up on that ramp. Okay, the second thing we're going to do is we are going to use our jack right here on the jacking point. This is the rear tire right there. The scissor jack to jack up the car, and then let's get these lug studs off. Okay, so I used my impact there to take off the wheel. We have the wheel positioned under there in case anything happens to that jack. The wheel will save us. And let's get into taking these brakes off. So we're going to start right here. And this is where you're going to have your 14 millimeter. 1 bolt there, and 1 bolt there. And that will take your caliper off. So let's get into doing that. Okay, so I am back. I have sprayed each bolt with brake clean as well as WD-40 to loosen them up. And so for video purposes, I'm only going to show one side. This is the driver's side of the 2009 Hyundai what is it called again? Sonata, that's what it is. Sonata. And I used to have a Genesis, and so that's why I get tripped up. But this is just for one side. So you're going to take your 14 millimeter here on your 1/2 inch drive. You're going to find your bolt here. And let's see, it helps if we're loosening. And then slip it in there. And this is going to be tight, so I'm going to give it a good whack like that. And that should be our first bolt loose. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. Yep, we are loose there. Second bolt is right here. Let's go ahead and get this one loose. Yeah, it's tight too. Let's give it a good whack. Okay. Okay. So there we are. Both bolts loose. Let's undo them by hand. There's one bolt. 2 bolts. Now some people like to use the screwdriver right here, kind of spread the pads a little bit. This caliper is already pretty loose, as is, so I think it'll be alright. So there we go, here's our caliper. And then here we go. Got one pad loose. And then keep this pad for, wow, that was no good. Keep this pad out because you're going to need it for your brake spreading tool. Let's go ahead and get these off. These are our clips. Old one. Another old one. Okay, so now let's get our brake spreading tool. Okay guys, so here we are back. We have our brake spreading tool right there, as well as the caliper, and I said to keep out an old brake shoe. So here is the old brake shoe for this side. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take this brake spreading tool, and I'm sure there will be people that correct me in the comments, but that's the best I can do. So it's called a brake spreading tool, and then you're just going to turn this like this until it gets tight right there. Back it off. And you take that out. Old brake pad, yeah, they're worn pretty bad. We got our new brake shoes right here. The one with this edge goes on this side, right here, on the cylinder side. So let's go ahead and put these in. Everybody can see here. Here we are. Whoops. Just a second. Okay, so I'm back. I turned off the camera I had to get my head in there. So anyway, there is the pads back into the brake bracket. There they are. You can see the one with the little flange piece right there is right there, and that one right there. And this pad, just a little tip, you need to kind of slide it into this groove and then push it kind of up like this into the bracket there. But new hardware, right pads this time, everything went in smooth. Let's go ahead and put this caliper back on now. Okay, so you want to take your caliper like this. Just kind of wiggle it on. Watch these little grommets right here. Do the same to that side. There we go. And take your old bolts right here. Thread one in. Should just self-seat itself. For that one. And for that one. Okay, now you want to take your wrench here, and let's make sure we're tightening, and then just kind of tighten these up, hand tight. Oh, and it looks like the man of the hour pulled up himself, Curie. Okay, so then we're going to go and get our torque wrench. Be right back. Okay, so guys, I'm back. I have my torque wrench set here, and we're going to torque it down. I'm not sure what the torque specs are for this particular spot, but like 30 pounds or so on these, just enough so they don't come out. I may do some research in the end to find out what the torque specs are, but 30 pounds is pretty tight. So there we go. And let's go ahead and put this wheel back on. Okay, so as you can see, we have our wheel back on, jack lowered down, and that is successful brake install on this 2009 Hyundai Sonata. So if you want to see more videos like this, where we do how-to videos on Hyundai, Chevy, Dodge, all depending on what we have in the garage this time, like, subscribe, and then check back for more videos on how-to videos with Jay's Garage. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you guys install your rear brake pads on your 2009 Hyundai Sonata. Thanks.